The thing with any of the three things that I'm about to say is maybe you still are in a situation where you feel like you're friends with them while they're doing this. But what I'm telling you is if they have any of these qualities, you're not going to be friends eventually anyway. So save yourself some fucking time.
Don't be friends with them.
Donald, be friends with them.
Yeah.
I forgot where that was going. So this is, Drake, start the segment now. These are three friends, and I think you'll agree with me. Three types of friends that you could lose immediately.
Okay.
I've been thinking a lot about my past friendships.
Okay.
Recent and distant past.
And future.
And future friendships.
Yeah, okay.
Because that's what happens when you get fucked over by your current friends. You're like, I don't want my future friends fucking me up in the same way.
Listen, Johnny in the future.
Listen,
don't
Jonathan
do this.
Future. Johnny Neutron.
Yeah.
With your hair. Tell me if you agree with this, and then feel free to add three types of your own.
Okay.
Three types of friends to drop immediately wherever you are in your life. I would never do that to you, by the way. Hashtag yawn from Zoja. 1, social climbers. Do you know what I mean by social climber?
They climb social settings with their hands and feet.
Thank you so much. And join us next week.
Social climbers are people that...
Social climbers are people who just get what they want out of other people.
Right.
And they'll feign a friendship. I can give you a few specific examples by name, but I would never do that on the podcast.
Right, same.
But you know who I'm talking about.
Oh, I know.
I can give you several examples where you'd be like, I already knew you were thinking of that person. You didn't need to say the name. People who are using you to get to the next level, or even just using you by being with you to be in a certain environment to get to what they think is the next level professionally or socially or whatever. People who are only walking around saying hi to people and looking in their eyes and having conversations. Meanwhile, they're thinking, how could I use this person to benefit me?
Yeah. There was once that this kid I had met this kid and he kept kind of like, trying to get like, so what do you do for this? How do you do that? And like, it's all of these questions about like, who do I know? How do I know them? When do I hang out with them? And can he come? And blah, blah, blah. Finally, I looked at him and I was like, I was like, if this is how this is going to be, I was like, I don't have anything to just offer you to just propel you forward.
It's kind of like
just
saying,
so you know.
I want your life, but how I want it.
Right.
So tell me everything that you've done so I don't have to go through any of that stuff on my own and figure out who I am. I'll just be you until that doesn't work out. And then I'll figure out somebody else.
Guess what, though? It's not going to work out if you don't really put So people like that.
How old were you when that happened?
I don't know, 25 maybe.
What kind of setting were you in when you met this kind of person?
I was working a lot. This person was trying to get... I hate what you're doing right now. I don't know what it is.
I'm just trying to figure out, were you at like a hair convention? Were you at a salon?
No. I was working. This person was just like trying to start out their career, trying to figure out like where they wanted to be and what they wanted to do, and easiest, quickest way to get to that.
So in your opinion, what is the difference between, hey, I'm new here, I'm just trying to find my bearings and ask questions, which is perfectly acceptable. It's perfectly acceptable to ask questions. Ask a million questions. And don't pretend like you know everything. Don't pretend like you know what you don't know. Ask questions 1,000%. What's the difference between that and somebody using you to get somewhere else?
I think it's someone that just cycles through a lot of different jobs and, in the same like career path, right? Like they kind of job hop and they're here, there, and everywhere, right? And they can't find a home, you know, but they're not comfortable anywhere. So they just want.
Well, that kind of sounds like just trying out a bunch of different things until you find what you want.
Right. But someone.
I'm talking about people who know exactly what they want, but I'm going to use you to meet this person and then I'm never going to talk to you again type thing.
Right. And it kind of works the same way, right? So it's like, let me go to the biggest, best salon, right? And most expensive salon. And let me cycle through all of those and then see which one I like and then forget about everything and everyone.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's like, no, dude, no big salon, no high-end salon is going to give you that chance unless you're willing to show them that you're willing to work for it.
Right. It's like you have to, the thing that the social climbers don't do is that prove their own worth when it counts.
Right.
They're just like, how do I use this person to get past all the shitty parts I don't want to do? How could I skip the line by using this person who's clearly a little bit ahead of me?
Right.
And people do that in comedy all the time.
Yeah.
And I was sitting with my buddy in the back of the comedy store, in the back, like the parking lot of the comedy store a couple nights ago. And there was this kid I had recognized because I had seen him around, but I'd never seen him go up or anything. And he comes to our table and he says hi to, there's two of us at the table. He says hi to the other guy. And he's like looking at his phone. He's looking around. That's the thing at the comedy store. That's how you could tell. That's the social climber look. They got their head on a swivel and they're like, who should I be saying hi to right now? Who should I be like mingling with? Instead of just like being there and enjoying it.
Yeah.
Casually
Hi,
getting
Fred.
into conversation with your friends and being a good person. They're like, who should I be rubbing elbows with now so I could be Joe Rogan next? Right. So
guess what?
they
Not
come
gonna
down.
happen.
Yeah. And I've had acquaintances do this. This was a stranger doing this. I've had close friends do this.
Yeah.
And you don't know. The thing with any of the three things that I'm about to say is maybe you still are in a situation where you feel like you're friends with them while they're doing this. But what I'm telling you is if they have any of these qualities, you're not going to be friends eventually anyway. So save yourself some fucking time.
Don't be friends with them.
Donald, be friends with them.
Yeah.
So this kid sat down. He was like, hey, hi, how's it going? And he was on his phone and then immediately got up and sat at another table. And then I immediately put my feet on my chair so no one could do that again to us for the rest of the night.
Right.
Too much hair on the microphone. Don't know how that happens. 2, self-explanatory. Liars.
Oh, yeah.
Zoe, when was the last time you had a friend lie to you?
Oh, man. It's been years.
Call them out.
It's been years.
Right? Because Zoya is good. We had an episode a long time ago about how much she likes bleach and she loves it in the bathroom and it makes the bathroom all nice, but she also uses it in her interpersonal relationships.
Yeah.
So as soon as somebody's dick monster flex to Zoya, you get bleached out. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bang, bang.
I don't really feel the need to explain that.
No.
If you have a friend who lies to you all the time, even about like, hey, I'll meet you here at 10.
Yeah. No.
And then you get a call at 9:55. Hey, you mind if we do 10:30?
No.
Hey, you mind if we do 3 o'clock?
No.
Hey, you mind if we do tomorrow?
No. Hey, guess what? Do you mind if we never do it? 'Cause
Hey,
that's what's about to happen.
would you mind?
Yeah. Hey, do you mind? Never? No?
Would you
Bye.
mind if I excuse myself from making plans with you ever again? You fuck.
Forever.
Do you mind? Would you mind terribly if I don't make plans with you anymore? You fuck.
You
Why didn't
piece
that work?
of shit
I wanted that to work
because
so
you
bad.
didn't press this. You fuck.
That's very good, Zoe. I'm not on my machine shit. I'm not on my rap shit
You
today.
haven't been on that shit for a minute. Yeah.
You're very hurtful.
What's number 3?
Lastly, people who see your success as their failure.
Oh my God. That's like your friend telling you that they just bought a house and you being like, I haven't even bought a house yet.
That's the first thing. If that's the first thing out of your mouth when your friend is like,
Go fuck yourself.
We just saved up to buy a house.
Right.
And the first thing out of your mouth is like, whoa, I don't have a house. I'm not going to say names.
Okay.
I'll never forget this for my entire life because my heart was broken at this moment. I had a friend who I gave 1,000 chances to because part of me just wants to have friends.
Right.
You move across the country, we moved away from everyone we love and care about, and we moved over here, and the hopes are that we could be as successful as possible, have a lovely life, you and I, me and you.
Together forever.
Together forever. Number
Maybe.
one champion couple.
Someday.
And then to have friends that you could also share your life with because it's nice to spend Christmas with people and shit.
Right.
And I gave this person 1,000,000 chances to be a good friend. And sometimes it would seem like they were inching towards that. And then other times.
No.
When you don't have the energy to fake it and the truth comes out. Which is when you have to listen to people because energy replenishes. So sometimes somebody could do something to you and you're like, that kind of seems like a friendly thing to do. A week later, energy at an all-time low. They show their true colors. Maybe do some not friend shit. Then you wait another week, energy's back up. And you're like, well, maybe I could overlook that because that they were almost a good friend again.
Almost.
It was a day or two after I got passed at the Laugh Factory.
Right.
I was in the sandwich shop next door to the Laugh Factory with a good friend at the time. And I said, I think something really special happened.
Right.
And that person was like, what? What happened? And I said, I got passed at the Laugh Factory. And the first thing out of their mouth was something like, oh, how did that happen? And it was something like, that was one of the reasons I moved across the country. To be able to be a regular at these clubs. I'll get it.
I got it.
I threw Zoya's pen as a bit, and now she's
like a dick.
She's very upset. So that was kind of the last straw in many and the people that do this kind of shit don't even realize that they do it.
No.
But it's like when you open yourself to someone, their immediate gut reaction, they always tell you to trust your gut. You've heard that 1,000,000 times. Trust your gut because that's what like your heart feels. And it's usually the right decision. And that's why you'll hear a bunch of people being like, oh, I should have trusted my gut on that one. I had a feeling, but I couldn't explain it and blah, blah, blah. When somebody lets their guard down and is immediately disappointed by a good thing that happens to you because it didn't happen to them, that is 6 red flags, great adventure.
Yeah.
And you need to fucking slip and slide your way right out of their life and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, opening up the studio, any friend that would have ever been like, why would you do that? Why would you? I haven't heard that once. And it's because I've already
bleached them out. Yeah. You're 100% right. Yeah. You're 100% right. You've already rid yourself of all the people who,
Yeah.
You don't let Zoya down more than once.
Yeah, I don't have time for it.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Yeah. And I don't either. But sometimes, this is why it's tough. You know how it's common sense, but it's tough to break up in a romantic relationship because you got history together. Think about all the good times. Think about that time we were watching TV that time. Yeah. Wasn't that great?
Right. It was. Until you fucking ruined it because you're a piece of shit.
Right, but then you think about that and you're like, well, I can't stop talking to that person or else we'll never watch TV again.
Yeah.
But what you got to realize is all the time you spend with these people that don't deserve your time, you're taking time away from either really productive stuff that you want to do, time you could be spending by yourself to recharge your own fucking energy meter.
Right.
Or meeting new people that won't take your success as their failure.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if any of that has resonated with you and you're kind of going through your Rolodex of Facebook friends, of which you're real life friends with 2%,
Yeah.
it's okay to fucking snip, snap, bleach them out.
Yeah. Get it out of here.
Gotta get out of here.